episode time. You know what that means. Let's start singing!
I love to sing about the moon and the June and the spring. I love to sing about a sky of blue or a key for two, anything with a swing or two. And I love you. I love what you sing.
Let's go. I love that song even to this day. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I'm your host, George Garcia, aka Georgie Boy, and this is the SSE Podcast. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 8. I know it's a little different from last week. Last week we had our first ever visual for the show. If you have not yet, go on YouTube and check out the very first recording of the episode 7, with me in the background, just talking on top of a table with some plants right next to me. But it's a very good episode. Y'all pretty much enjoyed, just like you will enjoy this one too. So let's get into the topics of today. And the first topic we're going to talk about is this week's Verzuz battle. If you all tuned in, you all saw the Verzuz battle that we had this week. Another classic New York battle. We had New York legends Fat Joe versus Ja Rule, going at it with each other, hit for hit, bar for bar. Now, in the beginning, I was rooting for Fat Joe since all the way. But then midway, he was kind of fucking up. Can't front. I'm gonna be real honest. From what I saw, I can honestly say, Ja Rule, he took a win. He took that W. Can't front. Joe was slacking a little bit. He was doing this when he should have been doing this. He was doing that. Should have never done that. But Ja Rule was holding his own throughout the whole show. I give him props for that. That's why I say Ja Rule took that win. You know? Fat Joe really has some excuses. He was making this. I don't know if he was drunk. He was too caught up in the moment. But those moments, he was coming at Ja Rule. He was over here threatening to play 50 Cent songs. He over here calling the people that Ja Rule had in the back dusty bitches, crackhead girls. I'm like, yo, what is going on with Fat Joe, bro? Fat Joe was wildin'. Even Fat Joe knew he was wildin'. That's why he had to apologize for the stuff that he did. He made 2 videos. One video, he was apologizing for the way he was acting towards the females. Because he was really he was really being disrespectful with that dusty bitches comment. Which is why he had to say this apology to them.
Let's get to it. Listen, the first thing I want to do is apologize to Lil Mo and Vita and any woman who feel disrespected by what I said. I don't just love black women, I adore them. I worship them. You are the queens. You are my queens. Simple. Follow the track record. For 26 years, for as long as you know me, you know where I come from. I love all women, especially the black women. I love them all. I am apologizing to anyone I offended. I was in hip-hop. We was in a rap battle. I got besides myself. I'm going to break that down.
Yeah. Listen, Joe, I love black women too. Black women rock. All women rock. But you don't see me or hear me calling them dusty bitches. So that was good that, he did that little apology and all that. Just to clear up any, miscommunications and all that. But you need to realize that you took an L that night. Not only with the women, but against Ja Rule too in the Verzuz battle. We know it. I know it. But I don't think Fat Joe knows it. Which is why right after the apology video, he went on to say that he felt like he won. Which is weird. Because honestly, I could tell you right now, he ain't win. But let's see what he had to say.
Records, guys. I everything right. Now, call me crazy, dumb, or delusional.
Crazy.
But I don't think I lost to this moment. By the way, guys, I'm an OG and I'm fat. Breaking news. And you see this. I want you to look back how I'm moving, how I'm spitting. Cadence, this. I have cramps all over my body at this point. So let me make an excuse. Yo, I gotta go change. Jesus Christ. Give me a fucking oxygen machine. I got cramps all over my stomach. This guy's unfazed. I know he's gonna take the shirt off and fucking be six-packed up. I go upstairs. I gotta change the whole shit. I'm trying to stall. Breathe. And then somebody come back like, Joe, 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah. I'm stalling. I gotta get in. Meanwhile, we look at the comments. They're like, yo, this shit like a half an hour. What the fuck going on? He's a bitch.
Okay, well, I already said it. Joe, you're crazy. But you want to know who the real winner was that night? Not just New York, because we was enjoying some of the classic New York jams from back in the day. Not just New York. You know who really won? Like, you really gotta think about this when I say this. You know who really won? Jadakiss. Jadakiss won. Jadakiss came at the end, and all three of them performed one of our favorite New York anthems, New York. I got $100, Chris. I'm from New York. First of all, Jadakiss came out of nowhere. First of all, Jadakiss killed that song. Years later, if we're still talking about it, who had the best verse? Jadakiss. So when Jadakiss went on stage and performed that verse, we already knew who the real winner was. It was him. Now tell me, how did Jadakiss win a versus that he wasn't even a part of? What the fuck? This nigga really won a fucking versus battle he wasn't even a part of. He's 3-0 now. What is going on? Damn, Jada. Shit. But in reality, Ja Rule took that W, and New York hip-hop movement really won that night. That's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to keep it at that. Shout out to all three of the OGs who took part that night. Moving on to the next thing. We're going to... Hopefully we end it right here. We're going to continue on. Hopefully this is the last thing I talk about between these two. And I think this will be the last chapter of the Drake versus Kanye saga that's been going on for the last few weeks. Now, again, to this day, people are still comparing, Drake's album, Certified Lover Boy, with Kanye's album, Donda. Now, me, of course, knowing myself in my music head reviewer guy, I had to go back and listen to both albums again. And I honestly, I still go with Drake. Depending with how I listen to these albums, I go with Drake more because I listen to his album more than I heard Donda. But if you actually compare the two albums, you actually have to see that they're not the same. We have a gospel album. We have a hip hop gospel album about church, praise the Lord. This isn't that. We have Drake, Certified Lover Boy. Get in your bag, get in your feet. Fuck girls, I love them, I hate them. This and that. It's not really two of the same things if you think about it. Like, yeah, the sales came. Drake outsold Kanye. This and that. Drake's album is about to go platinum because he's close to selling almost 1 million copies. Kanye is about to approach gold status with his album, and but it's not really much sales. It's about how do you say this? How the collaborations, how the production, how the output was put for these albums. Now, I've been talking to a lot of people about this. And a lot of people have their mixed reviews about this. Some say Kanye's is better. Some say Drake's is better. Some say they're both trash. Which is weird. I guess you must not like music. But I have been talking to people. Last week I tried to get my mans on here to talk about his thing, but he wasn't here. But there was somebody who did get interviewed recently this week to talk about the albums And I felt like his input was very organically well said to talk about each of these guys' beef with each other. And that man is Styles P. So this is a clip of the interview Styles P was on these guys' podcast. I think I Am Gentleman with Chad Ochocinco in them. This is what he had to say about Drake and Kanye's thing.
It's a worthless battle. It's really an egotistical and prideful battle. Think about what we're doing right now. One guy's saying I'm a certified lover boy, right? One guy's titled the album after his dead mom. God bless the dead. Much condolences. Why are we comparing that? Sonically, I like Drake's album better. Content-wise, I like Kanye's album better. I don't have to put myself in the box to say which one is better. I have two individuals in myself to say, content-wise, this guy's relating to his mom, talking about Christ and all kind of other shit. And this guy's talking about rich money, chicks he forgot, people mad at him, how much money he got, chicks he loved, who left him. He's singing about girls, he's singing about Christ. I would have heard Nas West Side of myself and all this stuff. Y'all asking me about it. I love them both, but really, like, this is another shit why we ain't succeeding is what you get back to earlier. We can't let them give us the narrative and keep programming us for the crab in the barrel narrative.
And putting us against each other.
Why the that is the whackest. Right. They ain't gonna fight. They ain't even saying it. They ain't even inviting each other to the French thing. They ain't saying no crazy. Right. They ain't gonna do none of that. They gonna try to dress better than each other, buy better watches, eat better models, buy better cars, mention paintings. I definitely don't know about it. I'm tired of it. You won't get me here, sit here, think. And I like, you should get Nas' album, J. Cole album, West Side Guns album, my fucking album, everybody else's album. All of that shit done. They ain't fighting. They ain't even fighting. They ain't arguing. They ain't doing. Go the around the corner and square up a fucking hug. I'm tired of that. You want to be honest? You want me to give you my real shit? They should both shut the fuck up. Why are you comparing the album's named after his dead mother? And they're...
Yo, he really had the best input for both albums, to be honest. And I agree with what he said. Ain't nothing much gonna happen after a few more weeks. We gonna forget about it like it was nothing until, like, people start to go back towards it to talk about some of the highlights at the end of 2021. But honestly, if nothing else is gonna happen, y'all either gotta shut the fuck up or go around the corner and either square up or fucking hug. Simple as that. Like, come on. Ain't nobody threatening nobody. Ain't nobody choking nobody. Ain't nobody pulling up, jumping nobody. Rap beef has changed over the years. 'Cause back in the day, that's what would happen. We fight. You got beef with another rapper, you find him in the studio, you knock his ass out. Now, you beef, and you beef. That's it. No punches, no knives, no jumps, no crews, nothing. I'm just gonna come at you with a song, I'm gonna put you on a shirt, I'm gonna wear it, and let people know that I came at you. And then after that, we're gonna talk, and we're gonna end it. These two have the most bipolar relationship. They're cool, then they're not. They're cool, then they're not. Right now they're not. Pretty sure give it like 2 months. Kanye or Drake is gonna be like, yeah, they cool. Yeah, they friends again. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure, whatever. If you say so. Because knowing these petty ass motherfuckers, they're gonna say some shit sooner or later, or they're gonna do some shit sooner or later, and they're gonna have another thing. Whatever. Alright, let's see what we got for this week. New music for the week. New music, let's see what dropped. Alright, what we got? So Lil Nas X finally dropped his debut album, Montero. He got some good features on there. He got Elton John. He got Miley Cyrus. He got Megan Thee Stallion. And of course, he has that song with Jack Harlow and Doja Cat. I ain't gonna lie, I only heard like one song. That's because he dropped a video to it. The album I have not heard yet, so I can't really give my inputs on it. But from what I've heard before, it sounds fine. I have no problem with it. Jack Harlow really, no, not Jack Harlow. Little Nas X is really doing his thing in trying to like provide us with some good music. You can't front. He's really doing that. What else? The new Nigerian artist Thames dropped the EP. It's called If Orange Was a Place. She has like 5 songs on it. One feature with Brent Fayez. And I'm telling ya, she's really coming up in this world right now. Ever since she's been featured on Essence, she's been doing her thing. And you know, she was featured on Drake's album Fountains, which one is the most underrated songs on the album. Y'all should really listen to that song again. If you have not, so you understand how good of an artist she really is. And then when you're done with that, listen to If Orange Was a Place, because that is another good work of arts that she's done for us. She's going to come up in this world, watch. She's going to be big. What else we got? Yeah, not much people dropped albums today. Yeah, there's not really much good stuff, you know. Old albums and wise. You know, Enrique Iglesias dropped his 2-part last album, Final, Volume 1. Volume 2 will be coming out soon. I think he should be retiring right after that. But speaking of music, so apparently we have, well, you know, when it comes to listening to music on our everyday lives, what do we use? You know, people use Apple Music, like myself. People use Spotify, of course. That's two of the top streaming music platforms. Tidal, of course. And then some people actually pay for SoundCloud Pro. Nothing wrong with it. As long as you're enjoying your music, that's fine. But that's 4. Apparently, we're going to have a new 5th music streaming platform. So from what I was told, a new music platform by the name of Audius is coming in to take over or go into competition with the other music platforms that we have right now. Audius has already been promoted and being invested in by Pusha T, Nas, Katy Perry, Jason Derulo, and much more, like Disclosure, and I believe Sam Smith too. They're all investing their money into making Audius a very high class and very prestige new music platform for artists to put their music in and get their names out. Now, I looked into this Audius app. I saw what they were about, and I was a bit intrigued to see what they do. Most of the stuff there are from artists we've never even heard of, because this is mostly for independent artists. And more independent than it is major label artists, you understand? And not only for artists who are trying to make music, but people also put their podcast on there so people can listen to it. Now, that's where it caught me, because as you see, this is a podcast. I have my podcast on SoundCloud, on YouTube. Like I said, I just got into Apple Music Podcast. It should be going on there soon, I'm telling you right now. And then I see Audius, and I think, would the SSE Podcast be good going over there too, as another platform for this work that I'm doing right now? I thought about it. I'm still thinking about it. Not sure, or maybe I will be signing up for Audius soon. But if you want to hear more music than what we have before, take a look into Audius. Give it a try. See if you like it. And, you know, don't invest in it, but invest your time. Let the major labels and the major artists invest their money on this thing. Let's see how it goes from here on out. In another like a month or two, to see if it really can reach up to the heights that Apple Music, Spotify, and Tidal are at. You understand? So, again, Audius is Audius. Check it out. online, download the app, whatever you can. That's cool, whatever. Next up, let me see what we got. Nope, that's not it. Now, for more music, or as I say, the posthumous music-wise, sad news. So recently, over the weekend, this is really sad to hear about this too. So somebody actually went to Pop Smoke's gravesite and tried to take his casket out, which is insane. Like, I don't understand why they're doing this. Pop Smoke is there in his gravesite, resting in peace, minding his own business. Yet there's somebody who came to vandalize his gravesite with hammers, with spray paint, with this and that, just because someone's trying to get his casket out of his burial. For what? Why are you bothering him? The man's already dead. Leave him alone. Like, y'all already hurt. Y'all. First of all, we're still hurt. He's gone. The impact he's had on hip hop has been amazing. Let's get that straight. The impact he had when he passed away was very heartbreaking for us. We already know. A 20-year-old at that. And seeing as how he passed, we still try to live on and remember him for what he's done in the music business. But there's people with such cruel, fucking evil hearts that don't want to let him rest in peace. That's why they went to his gravesite and tried to take his casket out. What are you going to do with his body? Huh? What are you going to do? This ain't how high. They say you can't just take his body and smoke it. What are you going to do? Take pictures with him? Do you know how messed up that... The man's mother is still mourning his death. She's hurt because of this. Now, yes, she went back and cleaned up his whole gravesite, his whole burial. But the fact that she had to do that in the first place is insane. No mother should have to deal with have to do that for their son's grave. Matter of fact, no mother should be losing their son like that. So for the people who will keep doing this and interrupting his sleep in peace, get a life and leave the man the fuck alone. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke. I hope you finally get some peace in your rest. Fucking stupid asses, man. I swear. Like, come on. Oh, speaking of more issues, we've had a little issue this week at the VMAs. So the VMA Awards was this week. You know, we had a lot of people there. Famous people, surprises, awards, and all that, performances. But one of the things that people were talking about was a little scuffle incident. Surprisingly, you're never going to believe this. We had a little incident with Conor McGregor and Machine Gun Kelly. Now, this is a surprise again. People don't know why it happened. Some people say McGregor went up to say what's up to Megan Fox and Machine Gun wasn't with it. Some people say McGregor went up to Machine Gun and to take a picture with him, and Machine Gun shrugged him off. He said, "Nah, I don't want no pictures." And that's why there's a video of McGregor throwing a drink at him and trying to come at him, which is weird. Because he was there to mind his business, and then all of a sudden, a UFC fighter just starts coming at him. Now, when asked about this, both artists... Well, one artist has something to say more than the other one. When Machine Gun Kelly was asked why this thing with McGregor happened, all he said was, "Ha!" And then just smacked the guy's mic. That's about it. Now, when they asked McGregor about this is what he had to say.
What happened?
Absolutely nothing. I don't know. I just showed up and I don't know. I don't even know the guy, to be honest with you.
Just rumors?
Just rumors. Nothing happened with me. I only fight real fighters, people that actually fight. You know what I mean? I certainly don't fight little vanilla white rappers. You know, I don't even know the guy. I don't know anything about him except that he's with Megan Fox.
Right. That he's with Megan Fox. Listen here, McGregor, my guy. You know I love you, but you need to stop messing with these vanilla white rappers. And you need to focus back to what you need to do. And that's getting that win over Dustin Poirier. Because I remember I saw the last fight. I saw when you, round one, at least like 3 or 4 minutes in, you broke your friggin' ankle. And you went down. The referee had to stop the match. And you lost just like that. Make sure your legs and your ankles are all good. So when you get that rematch, you actually get that win. Please and thank you. And Machine Gun Kelly, my mans. First of all, take care of your lady. Of course, she shouldn't have to be dealing with that shit while she's right there. Second of all, if you think about it, Machine Gun Kelly, last time he lost something, he lost that rap beef to Eminem, which is why he's not really a rapper anymore. He went to Rockstar because Eminem ended his rap career. He's a rock star now, if you remember that correctly. Let's get that straight. Both men need to do better. Continue making your rock music, MGK. McGregor, continue to train and get some knockouts on your belt. I would love to see you as champion again. Alright? Copy? Cool. Next up. Also, so Apple had another event this week, September 14th on a Tuesday. And they recently discussed and unveiled the new iPhone 13. Which is set to be released on September 24th, if I remember correctly. The new iPhone 13 comes in minis, comes in pros, and comes in maxes. So if you want to upgrade your phone, go right ahead. I'm not going to do that because I have the iPhone 11, and it still works fine, and I don't need to upgrade it at all. Not one. My phone's fine. I don't need to upgrade nothing. Also, they have new iPads and iPad minis, and of course, a watch, the Apple Watch 7 series. If you want to get all this stuff, go ahead. You spend your money. I don't care. All I'm saying is that if you need the upgrade, go get it. If you don't need an upgrade, save your money because you gotta wait till some part of your technology starts to mess up so that you can go get it. Which I'm pretty sure is going to happen because every time a new iPhone or iPad or something like that comes out, our phones and all start messing up a little bit. Which I think is a setup most of the time because I feel like Apple's doing that just to get us to upgrade and spend money and get these new stuff and this and that. Listen, my phone's fine. I can talk. I'm good. Whatever. So, again, if you want to get the iPhone 13, go ahead. You want a new iPad? Go ahead. You want a new Apple Watch? Go ahead. That's fine with me. Tato. Next up, let me see. Oh, damn, not much is going on today. What's today? The 17th? Oof. Yeah, that's right, the 17th. Just a little scientific, scientific lesson for y'all. Today's the 17th. Okay? It's getting a little cold outside, which means no more shorts, no more t-shirts. Hoodie season is upon us. Just a FYI, come September 22nd, that's right there will be the last day of the summer and also the first day of fall. So after the 22nd, I think we should start getting the hoodies out. We should start getting our tins ready, and we should start getting ready for the coldness that some of y'all been waiting for. After the 22nd, I think that's when y'all should start getting ready for spooky season. Honestly, because when September 1st comes, that does not mean, oh, spooky season's here. No, it's not, because it's still summer. Fuck out of here. September 22nd, that's when you should wait to start, decorating your house as a fucking, haunted house or whatever. Also, I want to point out, daylight savings ends November 7th of this year. So be prepared after November 7th. When daylight savings ends, time will be going back. We'll be going back 1 hour. That means whatever time the sun sets now, which is like at 7:30 or 7 o'clock, be ready for the sunset at like 4:30 or 5 o'clock. Because it's coming. All this scientific stuff never really meant... I don't understand it. Like, in high school and college... Not college. High school and middle school, I used to suck at science because I never understood this shit. I was a math geek. I love math. But I never fucking understood science. Getting older how I am now, I'm starting to see what the fuck science be talking about. And it's insane. I'm like, where was this during high school? You know how many times I could have passed science? Like in high school, I took living environment and I took earth science. 3 times. I took earth science sophomore, junior, and senior year. I remember if they told me I didn't pass it, I would have never graduated. And while I was stuck in earth science, I see all my other classmates taking psychology, taking chemistry, doing this, doing that. While I was stuck in earth science with the fucking sophomores and freshmen. I was really that big kid in class that really didn't understand this shit. And I was like, yo, I need to get the fuck out of here, please. Luckily for me, I passed the fucking Regents and I was able to graduate high school in time. But now, I understand this more. Like, if Mr. DeBossy was here, or Mr. Harris, they look at me like, hey, now you get it right. Proud of you. Yeah, whatever. Still a math geek at heart, though. Don't get that twisted. And Mr. Frost, too, damn. When I took astronomy in fucking college, I wonder how he's doing. Hope he's safe. All of them. Yeah, whatever. Alright. Well, that's all for today's episode. This is episode 8. Tune in next week for episode 9. Oh, I got a special episode for you come episode 10. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to wait till the coming days passes by so I can tell you what episode 10 is. But episode 9 is next week. We're going to be talking about more of the topics that come up. And we're going to have a lot to say about this shit. You already know what it is. And again, I am your host. Your favorite host, I hope. I better be. I swear. We're going to fight if I'm not. I am your host, George Garcia, a.k.a. Georgie Boy. And this is the SSE Podcast. And I will see you all next week. I copy. Cool.